Okay, here's a quick recording of how to make updates to your site. First, you log into your Wix website, and once you log in, it will bring you to this screen. Right here in the center where it says Site Actions is where you need to go to get to your editor. You click on the drop menu, you select where it says Edit Site, and you wait for the site editor to launch. Once the site editor launches, it opens up to your website. And you have two ways to view your site. You can view it in desktop mode, which it is in right now. The other option is to view it in mobile. You can switch to mobile, and it'll show you what the website will look like on a mobile device. And as you scroll, this is the way it would look on a mobile device. But we're going to keep it on desktop view. There's some tools here, but these tools I wouldn't recommend that you do anything with because it can affect the way your website will appear. The only one that you need to use is the one that says Site. This is where you're going to click in order to save your website, to preview it, and also to exit the editor. Aside from that, over here to the far right, you've got a zoom in tool to make it larger so that you can get a closer look. You've got a undo arrow and you've got a redo arrow. So if you made a change and you changed your mind or it doesn't look the way you wanted it to look, you can click undo and it will put it back to its original state. If you want to put it back to the updated change, you would do redo and it would replace the change. When you're done with all changes, you need to make sure that you save it. You can preview it first, and then the last button to the far right is publish. In order for your changes to show up on your active website, it needs to be published first, otherwise it will not show up. So once you've completed all your changes, you want to make sure you save it and you publish it. Okay, so we're going to go back to we're going to stay in the edit view. And basically what you would do is wherever it is that you want to make the change, you would go to that area. So we'll go ahead and scroll to the first page. The first page is going to be your About page. So let's say that you wanted to change the second paragraph on this page. You would click on it. You want to make sure that the box shows up around it because then that lets you know that it has been selected. When you click here, you can either right click and do edit text, or you can click here where it says edit text. If you click here, it will highlight everything. Now, if you were not planning on changing this entire paragraph, you need to make sure you click again so that the highlight goes away, because if the highlight is selected, as soon as you type anything, the entire paragraphs will disappear, and whatever you typed is what it will be replaced with. So if you are only in here to change one word, you want to make sure that you click on that word, but you don't want to have the entire paragraph highlighted because it will replace the entire paragraph. So let's say you want to change this word Georgia to Florida. You would highlight Georgia and you would just simply type Florida. And then once you're done with that, you would go up here, you would hit save, you would hit preview to make sure that it shows up as Florida in the preview. And if that was the only change that you were doing, you would go ahead and hit publish. This setting right here, the slide bar makes your font size bigger. So if you slide it to the left, it will make it smaller. If you slide it to the right, it will make it larger. This is the font that has been chosen. If you want to change the font, you would hit the drop box. Now remember, any changes that you make, it's only going to be made to the boxed in area. So if you wanted to change the entire website font, then you would have to change each one. Below, you can make it bold, italic, underline. This is your text color. This is your background or highlight color. Um, Center, bullet points, the usual things that you would use if you were typing a letter is what the rest of these tools are indicating. So basically, if you want to change any text, this is this is the procedure. You highlight what you want to change, you type whatever it is that you're changing it to, you save it, you preview it, you publish it. Okay, let's say you want to change the picture because you have a different picture that you want to use. Again, you would go to the picture, you would click on it, make sure that the box shows up around it. When the box shows up around it, hang on 1 second, I clicked it too many times. When the box shows up around it, you click here where it says change image. And if you're going to use a picture that is already in the website, it will show up here. If it's a new picture that you want to use that was not used in the website before, then you would have to upload it to the website. And the way you would do that is you would open up your file. So for example, I have a folder at the bottom of my screen. I will click on that folder. Once that folder opens, I will drag it so that I can see both. I'm sorry, before we do that, let's go back. Let's back up a little bit. Before we select the picture, we want to make sure we click on upload because we need it. We need this system to be able to receive the picture that we're trying to upload. So you click upload first, upload media. Once you receive this, you're going to drag your image in between these dotted lines. So that's when you would go to your folder where your image is stored. You would drag this down so that you can see both this and your new folder. And let's say this was the image that I was trying to upload. I would click on it, hold the mouse down, drag it, and once it gets in the middle of the dotted area, I would release the mouse and it would place it there. I'm not going to place it there because it's not a photo. Once it's here, you can get rid of your folder, and then you would come in here where the image would be placed, and then you would hit upload from computer. What this does is it takes the image from here and it places it here so that you can select it. So let's say this was the image that you were trying to use instead of the one you had there. You would click on it. It would show up to the far right, and then right below it, it would have where it says choose image. You would click on that, and then what that would do is it would automatically replace this image that was here with that new image. And that will be the same process if you were changing any picture on the website. So it doesn't matter what the picture is, that will be the same process. So let's say again you wanted to change this picture, you would click on it, you would click on change image, you would go to where it says upload media, you would use your folder to drag the image into the boxed area, you would click on upload to computer. This box would then go away. You would then be in this area with your new image in it. You would click on the image, make sure it shows up on the far right. You click here where it says choose image, and then it will replace that image. It will take this image and put it in the place of this image. If the image that you placed here ends up being too big and it falls down into this area, you can use this crop tool to make it smaller so that it fits and keeps the flow of the website. So that's basically how you update any text and images in your website. If there's additional changes that you make that's beyond a text or images, you can give me a call and I can either walk you through it, or if it's something a little more complicated, if you needed me to do it for you. This is the carousel that we had talked about, and if you wanted to go ahead and add your actual photos of your listings here, you would just click on it, just like we talked about. You would click here where it says change images. Now on this one, you have several images. So if you wanted to add more images to it, you would just click add image. Once you click on that, it's going to be the same process. You're going to grab your folder, drag your pictures in there, and then once you select them, it's going to fill here. So right now there's 6. You can have as many pictures here as you want. Once you put them in here, it'll number and it'll scroll through the slide just like the other pictures are currently doing. In this section, as you click on each image, you have the ability to list the title of the image and give a description here. You go on to the next image. This image will also show up here, letting you know that this is the one that's selected, plus it has the box around it. And it'll show up here, and you can put in your title. Once you're finished with all that, you will click on Done. And then after you save it and you preview it, you should see your additional images, or if you wanted to change all of these out for different images. Once you're done with all that and you save it, you would preview it, and then after you're done previewing it and it's to your satisfaction, you would hit publish. So that's basically all as far as making changes. If you have any questions, let me know.